It's official, we've lost our mind. It's day 14, and I'm going to walk you through the progress from day 1 to day 14, keeping in mind that losing our mind happened somewhere between day 5 and day 7, but was really triggered by mouse nest after dead mice, after more mouse nests, and then finally a snakeskin. And there are only so many dead mice burial grounds that you can find inside the walls of the house that you just bought before you just decide it's time to rip it all out and start fresh. I'm going to share with you some of the big changes that we have decided to make in regards to our renovation plans. We're going to walk through room by room, and I'm going to show you before and after of each part of the progress. We are on dumpster number 2. Yes, I said dumpster. That's a whole nother story. And we are fast approaching having that full. We will likely need one more dumpster before all is said and done. We have learned several things, which I will cover in another video if you are a DIY home renovation individual and wondering what did they do that I don't want to do. However, we have made tremendous progress between day 1 and day 14 thanks to an army of help that we have had. Our kids have been helpful, our family of friends have showed up and been fabulous help. It has just been an absolute teamwork effort to try and tear this thing apart once we decided that that was the path that we wanted to go for. So the biggest change to our master plan is to, instead of doing room by room, rip it all out and start fresh and then go room by room to reconstruct. This definitely impacts the budget, how I do things, but overall it's definitely the right answer for us. After discovering that they had put mouse poison down the return registers, you could smell it every time you got close to walls that had dead mice in it, you could smell it. Definitely the smell was from that. We have ripped up all the carpet. We have ripped out a lot of the drywall. We have decided that because of the mouse problem that we know exists, we are going to spray foam all of the exterior walls to help slow them down. We're going to have to do a lot more work than just the spray foam, but that's where we're going to start. We pulled out all drywall, all carpet. I shouldn't say all drywall. We're leaving some walls up, but we have pulled down a lot more walls than we expected. We have just done a tremendous amount of work. The kitchen is gone. A lot of the bar, actually all of the bar in the basement is gone. All of the bathrooms are gone. We have maintained one functional toilet to use, but you can't be shy in order to use it because it's in the wide open space. So if you're shy, don't come to my place and help because you're going to either go in the woods or in front of everybody. You're welcome. Okay, going room by room, starting with the master and upper bath remodel. We have gotten all of that completely ripped out, including all of the plumbing. We've had our plumber come in and already kind of tell us what we need to do. We have mapped out and figured out where we want the new walls to go. Those are marked on the floor, but it is amazing the amount of space that we are going to get after ripping everything out. I am going to be able to put my washer and dryer upstairs. We're going to fit 2 full baths plus a closet up there. It is going to be absolutely perfect for what we need. So the master bath progress is fantastic. The next step for that will be redoing the electrical and building the walls and then having the plumber come in. The master bedroom, really nothing has changed there as far as our plan is concerned. We were able to rip out everything that we wanted to rip out. I was able to scrape the ceiling and get that prepped and ready to go. We do still need to remove the little nooks from where the closets used to be and then slide the door over. So that will be a big piece of the reconstruction. The least impacted room so far is what will be my youngest daughter's room. We have removed the exterior drywall to be able to do the spray foam. The ceiling is scraped. The closet remains intact. All of the drywall outside of the exterior wall is still there, and we plan to keep it that way. Moving down the hallway, we have ripped out the wall between the entry and what used to be the formal dining room, and we have decided we kind of like it that way. So we are actually going to not put the closet back in. That way you can see the front door from the garage door when you walk in. You can see that front door and it just looks fabulous. We will put part of the wall back up again. However, we are going to widen the space or the doorway from the closet. We're going to open that up just a little bit more. At this point, we're going to leave the entry as well. We're just going to leave a space so that when you walk in the front door, you can either go straight forward or you can turn to the left. I'm still not so sure about that because we were going to do a half bath in that area, and right now we have scrapped those plans. The dining room is going to be a nice open area, which is going to turn into the sitting room. We are not able to remove the main wall between the kitchen and the hallway the way we expected. We thought we would be able to put a support post and then have that nice and wide open. But after ripping out the wall between the dining room and the formal living room, and then ripping out the wall between the formal dining room and the entryway, the formal dining being where we're going to do a sitting, we actually like those two walls in place. Again, we're going to widen the doorway as much as we can between the hallway and what will be a sitting room, just to make it feel a little bit more spacious, but we still want that main wall there to define that space. Bottom line, I am exhausted. It has been a lot of hard work, but I am loving the property still. I am looking forward to seeing the transformation. If you're interested in following along, make sure you subscribe. If there's anything that I've said that you're like, oh man, don't do that, or I would really like to see blank, or I'd like to understand how you do what, just make sure you comment below and I will do my best to answer. The kitchen is all completely gutted and ripped out. It looks fabulous. I'm excited to start from fresh there. We are going to widen the doorway between the garage and the main house. It's only a 32-inch door right now, and while we got everything open, we're going to go ahead and make it a 36-inch door so that we have two 36-inch doors on the main level. It will help with all sorts of things, from moving in to appliances to who knows what else. Just having that nice wide door will give us opportunity. The stairs are still intact. They have not yet moved. That's probably next on the demolition. We are trying to figure out what are we going to do with the stairs. We talked about floating stairs. I'm not so sure that's going to work out for us anymore, but I'm sure we will figure out something and it will be fabulous. The dining room is also all ripped up. It is kind of our command central. We got our table there with any snacks. It's all covered to try and keep as much drywall dust as we can out. But we have also been able to remove all of the flooring upstairs, with the exception of the kitchen. They did a stick down vinyl plank and they stuck it over the top of linoleum. We're going to end up having to completely remove the subfloor. I'm sorry, not the subfloor, the underlayment. But we are going to have to remove the subfloor in the master bathroom area. They just destroyed that, and we cannot feel structurally safe without replacing all of that. So we will be replacing the subfloor and the underlayment in the master bath, but just the underlayment in the kitchen and other areas of the house where we will not be putting walls back that we have taken out. Moving downstairs, we have half of the south wall ripped out so that we can do the spray foam insulation. However, we are waiting for scaffolding to come this week in order to get the rest of that wall taken out. We have gotten to see that the chimney does indeed leak, and it comes down that chimney and out onto the floor on the hearth. I'm glad we were able to rip out the carpet right away, and we can clearly see where all the leaks are, because that is a leak spot. And then there's also a leak underneath the front stoop that will be in the utility area. Not quite sure what we're going to do there. The bar, completely eliminated. We aren't sure what we're going to do with that space yet, but we will push the wall that was nicely decorated all the way back to that outside exterior wall. We have ripped out all of the faux walls in the northwest bedroom that we are going to put the egress window in, and that floor was well installed. It is going to be a beast to get out. I have taken a sledgehammer to some of the tiles, but there is still a lot to do. We're going to rent a rotary hammer with a chisel tool to try and get the rest of that up, but it's going to be a mess. That'll be a this weekend project. We'll see how that goes. We did indeed rent a tile scraper from a local hardware store, and we were able to, with much assistance, there was a lot of back and forth. The tile scraper, not a fan. It really did not remove the tile in the bathroom very well. But we were able to rip out all of that bathroom. We are going to be able to keep the same essential floor plan. We don't have to move the toilet or the shower, but we're going to make some design changes, including flipping the door and putting a double vanity in, or double sink vanity in, that will make such a huge difference in how that bathroom feels. The rest of the tile in the bar area and in the hallway going back towards the undergarage storage is out. The tile in the front entryway is out. All of that, we were able to get that up pretty easily, actually, just with a sledgehammer and then a really big, essentially chisel tool that I would hammer on the backside, and then they would just pop up. And we were just not that fortunate in the bathroom down there, nor in the bedroom that we are taking that tile out. You win some, you lose some. Moving on to the other bedroom on the northwest side of the house. It has that drop down ceiling. We discovered that what's in there looks like it's meant to be some sort of cold air return from the fireplace, so that when the fireplace is going, it pulls warm air throughout the rest of the house. However, the majority of the time, we probably won't use the fireplace that way. So the plan right now is to take that out and raise the ceiling all the way up. Again, we found lots and lots of evidence of dead mice in the walls in that bedroom, but not as much as the southeast bedroom. That was a mouse runway. There are flat out holes, just the perfect size for a mouse to get through. That was just a mouse runway. The amount of mouse droppings that we have found when we pull down the walls and the ceilings, oh, disgusting. So we pulled out the ceiling in both of the south-facing bedrooms in the basement because we could tell that that was just a mouse runway. We also found massive evidence of mice in the south wall between windows. It just reeks. The minute I got close to the wall to pull out that drywall, I was like, oh yeah, there's dead mice in here. A lot of them. We also found a snake skin on the backside of one of those drywall boards, and Chris said you can't blame them. The snakes aren't dumb. They know that there's food inside this house, so why not come in? It's a fair point, but it's still disgusting. So we will have to shore all that up. Whew, it was a lot of work. 14 days in with the demo, that's 14 working days. We have owned the home or the property just shy of 3 actual calendar weeks. So we are making great progress thanks to all of the help from our family and friends. So big shout out. We appreciate everybody that has come out and helped us in basically taking apart our house. We will make sure to have some sort of big hurrah once we get it put back together, like in a year or so, or 2, or maybe longer. But stay tuned. This next weekend we are going to, like I said, be trying to remove that tile floor and hopefully cut the wall area for the egress window. We won't actually install the window this next weekend. We have ordered it. We have to wait 5 weeks, but we at least want to get the messy part of cutting the inside concrete as much as we can. And then we will wait to actually install the window until it gets a little bit warmer out. We also will be working on some electrical planning to figure out where exactly we need everything to go and understand what has to be done before they can spray foam. We do have to wait a little bit on the spray foam. That's because the spray foam cannot be sprayed until it's warmer outside. And it was warmer this past week, and now it's cooling off again. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you in a couple days.